Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. What they did not tell President Buhari about the border closure. In 1815, Britain started a very draconian economic phase. They had tariff and trade restrictions on cereal grain, and the aim was to aid local producers. The Corn Laws blocked import of cheap grain and made it expensive to import grain from abroad. But in the end, the laws destroyed the British economy, led to untold hardship, and standard of living dropped. Robert Peel, the Prime Minister, finally repealed it. It would interest you to know that The Economist magazine started in opposition to the Corn Laws. Mao Zedong, the Chinese supremo, started the Great Leap Forward with a socialist intent of collectivism to boost economic growth, but it failed. Over 14 million died of starvation. I was shocked when the customs boss said that China closed their border to achieve economic growth. I wonder what history he read. The Cultural Revolution and Great Leap Forward were disasters for China. It was then Mao died, and then Xiao Ping came in 1978 and started his policy of trading with the world that can be summed up in his words. He says, "It doesn't matter if the cat is black or white as long as it catches mice." That was when China started its journey, and the journey was cemented by China joining the World Trade Organization in 2001. So the customs chief argument is incorrect. As a free market advocate, we have started seeing the effects. Cost of commodities are going up, and we need to open our border. We need to develop our economy, and we can do that by investing in the production of food. When Nigeria supplies one-third of the tomato in West Africa in the 60s, it was due to our investment. So why deceiving ourselves with knee-jerk reactions? And don't forget, some countries would always have competitive advantage. China still buy a lot of America's soya bean planted in Iowa. We must respect competitive advantage and grow our advantage. Imagine if other nations shut their borders to our oil. Our government should make the right investment, not shut borders. It would only further heat up the economy and truncate economic growth potential. Someone should tell the president that his voodoo economist sucks, constantly trying price control mechanism and sanctions to gain economic clout is like playing with fire. Milton Friedman once said, if you put the government in charge of the Sahara Desert for 5 years, there will be shortage of sand. The words of Friedman is apt. The border closure is an advised move, and I am more saddened by the fact that CBN governor, who should know better, goes around to support this economic harakiri. It begs the question, is the CBN really free? And I am sure your answer is as good as mine. It is not free. It is another arm of the executive. Economic awareness should be grand norm of our nation and national disposition at this time, and we should come to a rallying table as regards what makes the economy work. So guys, you've heard it all from this writer, and he has already said his opinion, narrated and give instances, trying to quote what happened before now, using Britain and China economy and the decisions they took at one point in time, which at the end of the day backfired. And he was asking the question that the custom boss that was referring to China's economy, that did he really, where did he get his own information from? Did he read history at all? Mere looking at them, that most of them are really half-baked. And like we always say, the unqualified, they are ruling the qualified. And again, to the extent that even the CBN governor that's supposed to know better, according to this writer, we can just see that there's this conspiracy among all of them, because ordinarily things that are not supposed to be heard from such agency, you are hearing all of those things just in the bid of supporting this government. And Obasanjo once said before now that when it comes to economy, that Buhari is not good. But the question you are going to ask yourself again, and that you need to answer, is that which area is Buhari good at in the first place? That is the question. Are you talking about in the area of security or administrative or whatever? Because Obasanjo came out bluntly and said Buhari is not good when it comes to economy. But the question I'm asking that everybody needs to ask is that which area is this man good? Where is he good at? Where can we say, oh, his professional is playing out in this sector or in this sector? Where? You can answer that by yourself. So this border closure, one thing is that the advantage might not be more compared to the disadvantage. I think the disadvantage is more. And meanwhile, there was no kind of a preparedness before they embarked on this thing. There was no preparation on ground. They just stumbled it. Maybe somebody just advised them, oh, this and this, or they have a ulterior motive more than what they bargained for. But what we know as masses is that with all the policies, we have not gained anything. With all their policies, is it further destroys Nigeria. It kills a lot of lives. You can imagine people who are doing genuine business. Even the government said it, that they don't even care. That they know that some people are doing genuine business, but they just want to close that border. Why are they closing border? They are giving reasons for closing the border. Of course, they have a good reasons. Oh, because some goods that are coming in that are not supposed to be coming in, maybe they are contraband, or they are contaminated, or whatever, that is not good for consumption. And you have people, security people, you are not holding them responsible. So what are you talking about? If those people who are there, they're supposed to do the needful and they are not doing it, you are supposed to hold them responsible. That is where you are supposed to start from. You need to, whether to reshuffle them or to deal with them, or to put more security measures, so that that area will be it will be well managed. So no, the next thing, you don't care whether people are doing genuine business. A lot of people have lost fortunes. They have lost fortunes. And again, the CBN is coming out to say, oh, it's a good thing, it's a good thing. But it's not everybody that is really daft. Honestly, it's not everybody that is really daft. Let them continue what they are doing. Let's hear what people are even talking about, their own reactions concerning what this writer has said, that the angle that the customs boss is coming from is very, very wrong. It's incorrect. And making reference to China economy is not correct from what he gave, the example that he gave. Someone says the government in power now does not know how to go about doing things. No plan at all. This fighting of corruption would have been more brutal and clumsy because the people in power will not know how to set up EFCC. Or let somebody tell us any new agency, instruments, or apparatus set up by this government to undertake anything, either economic or social. All they know is to get power by all means. Someone say you are right, and it only reveals that Nigerian leaders have no strategy for growth, just hand to mouth mentality, impoverishing more Nigerians. It's like when Idi Amin of Uganda ordered money to be printed when all in their central bank had been exhausted. Economics is more than just printing money or closing borders. Someone say thank you for the courage to speak up on this reckless and ill-advised posture of government. The culture is the Controller General of Customs and security agencies flying the kites of security to a trusting president. Let us wait for another couple of months to see the impact of this dumb policy. Price of local goods would rise. Government revenue from border imports would fall drastically. The IMF has just reported that Republic of Benin is doing well economically despite closure of borders by Nigeria. How? The first thing they did was reorganize the ports to take volumes of cargo at cheaper prices for shipping lines to patronize and onward freighting Nigeria and all landlocked neighboring countries. Income and taxes realized were used to strengthen infrastructure, thereby inviting investors. Agriculture export was encouraged, that the country sells fruits and vegetables to their Nigerian neighbor in volumes. Cotton is massively exported to Ghana to produce fabrics, Ankara, to now are exporting to Nigeria. Charging fees for goods, for instance, looks like there are better economies in Benin Republic than Nigeria. Let the uneducated president continue to act in an in an whatever way. I don't want to say that the government's plan is simply Islamization. They shut down a market close to Enugu airport. Weeks later, they also shut down the airport itself that is under construction. Let's not forget, this is the only international airport in the whole south and southeast of the country, though not fully commissioned, but at least Ethiopian Airlines land there. They gave the excuse it's undergoing some upgrades and renovations. Months later, the House of Reps started agitating about how nothing is happening there. Till Buhari signed 10 billion naira for the work, and till now, nothing is happening. Weeks later, there was outbreak of unknown fire at Onitsha main market twice in a week. That was not enough for sure. Now they close the borders, and you may likewise ask, who are the targets by that? I just don't know. But I know a side of the country known for business, and I still wonder if all the borders in Nigeria were all closed, or is it only the land borders in southern Nigeria? It is now mission impossible for the federal government rules in southern Nigeria to be worked on, and even the Minister of Works himself will brag that they are the best in the world. Our CBN, who should control our economy, and the ones putting 3% handing charge on any deposit made in the bank. You want to start a business with 500k and the bank will take 15k. Imagine. You turn to the left, you meet devil. You turn to the right, you meet demon. You keep your head straight, not turning at all, you meet Esme. You turn back to run, you jam Boko Haram. Living in Nigeria is now the riskiest thing to do, with our government playing us hide and seek games. May God help us in this country. So guys, people have heard their opinion. What you think, we want to hear from you. From the writer, he has said few things, not really a lot of things. He has said few things. We would like you to pinpoint some of the some of the uh comments, or some of the important things he made mention. So guys, leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.